everybody, welcome to my suburban oasis. My name is Soleil and I garden in a zone 5B, and today we are going to move a hydrangea. We are going to move the Gatsby moon hydrangea from the front garden into the back garden. But because of the fact that this was blooming, I just wanted to show you this beautiful spirea. This one is called Fire Gold and it is just smothered in blooms right now, and I think it's really beautiful, so I thought I would show you that real quick before we head to the front. All right, let's go. Okay, well here we are in the front small garden bed, and we have this Gatsby moon hydrangea that I planted, and this has gone through 2 winters and 1 summer, and unfortunately I found out that the deer actually do like this one more than they like my other Oakleaf hydrangea that I have planted out here. So I really want to move it so that I don't have to worry about spraying it too much or losing all of the blooms, because these bloom on old wood typically, and so that just means that I can't lose the wood that I had on it that was setting blooms for this year. So if they ate off last year's blooms that were going to bloom this spring, now I'm without flowers. So this was a quart when I bought it, a very small bucket. So I'm going to just dig this up, not very far out from the stem, because I shouldn't have to have very much root material because it hasn't been in for that long. And again, it was a very small quart when I bought it. I do see some nice new growth coming up from the base of this. I'm going to try not to dig down too deep either. Tonight we have some showers that are coming through, and tomorrow is going to be an overcast day, so it's the perfect time to transplant this because nature will water this in for me, and it will be a day that it can sit in an overcast day to adjust to its new home. So that's just perfect if you're ever wondering about when is a good time to transplant. It's not on those bright sunshiny days when you want to get outside. It's on those days when it's a little bit overcast. So it's nice to know that this is rooted out. I can tell that it has some additional roots from, when I planted it quite well. But not so many that it's hard to transplant. All right. Oh, we got another one to cut. All right, those are some nice roots, guys. Nice and healthy plant. And we'll just put this mulch back over the hole here, and we'll take our prize back into the back garden. Hopefully I don't get eaten alive by the mosquitoes that are back here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to dig up the catch fly that is in the middle here. This was variegated, but as you can see, some of it has reverted. So it's not as beautiful as it once was, but I still want to dig it up because it can be replanted. And I'm just going to pull the mulch back from this area. And this is where we had the beautiful blue false cypress planted, so it's still nice and loose soil. And I don't want to plant this deep. I want to keep the crown at soil level here. I'm just making sure that I get these little bulbs off that were kind of coming along for the ride. Tucking in the roots. Again, making sure that the crown is at soil level here before I cover it back up. Just covering it back up with some mulch here. Now, I will come back through and water this, but let's get the little catch fly planted in over here. All right, I'm just gonna pull the mulch back from right here in this spot, and we're gonna dig a small hole for the catch fly. And push the mulch in back around it. I'm gonna go grab a watering can and we will water these in. And then like I said, hopefully tonight they will get even more water. And the watering that I'm just going to water them in with is just going to be enough to kind of help settle those roots and the soil around them. And then tonight they should get a really nice good rain that will help keep the soil moist and again allow them to adapt to their new spot. So just a real nice soft water. Get the mulch moistened as well as the soil soaked in around the roots. And we'll do the same for the Oakleaf Hydrangea, which as you saw has a pretty small root ball, which made it really easy to move. So I'm glad I discovered this issue early on in the process. But I'm really happy with the way that this looks in this garden bed. We'll step back and just kind of take a look at everything all together in just a minute. But I'm super happy I moved it. And maybe we'll get some blooms this year. I don't know, we'll see. Might be wishful thinking. All right, let's take a look. So again, I love the way that this turned out. I love the contrasting texture of the oak leaves next to the panicle hydrangea. We have a firelight hydrangea to the left, which is going to get, up to 6 feet tall. So that one will get quite a bit bigger. The Oakleaf hydrangea, the Gatsby moon, I believe it's about a 4 to 6 feet. So those two should mingle a little bit, which will be nice. And then I have a nice evergreen boxwood right over here ball for some architectural and evergreen interest. And then those hostas just kind of rounded out with some nice big leaves. So real happy again with how this turned out. I love the silver leaves against the otherwise all green of the panicle hydrangea leaves, as well as the boxwood over here, and the bleeding hearts are looking beautiful as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this really short but quick transplant, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care and see you soon.